I already fed you, idiot. Jesus Christ. Anything just fucking work in my life? Oh, of course. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to get rid of that opening. I'm an idiot. Whatever. I'll edit it out. Okay. I'll just set it to private after the show's done. All right. Fuck it. We're live. Let's go. I should have a going live graphic, but I don't. Because I am a fool. Monday Night Grift is live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Monday Night Grift. I don't have a theme song. I should probably find one. I also don't have an intro. What would be a good... Oh, I can't do system audio. Streamlabs. I guess I can play a song while people get in here. I'm new to StreamYard, if that's not obvious. All right, hold on. YouTube.com. I'll go with my favorite opening song. Trust me, guys. This is a new experience, guys. It's a new experience. This is a new show. And it's very exciting. And I don't know how to use Streamlabs, but I'm going to figure it out. Share screen window. Chrome tab. Yes. Exceeder. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Grift. I should have waited for the song. I should have waited for the break. The new show, everybody. We're gonna get people in here. Bum 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 bum. How do I share this? I need to invite some people to the stream. I'm gonna give them this link. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Grift. I'm your host, Vito Gesualdi, here with all the exciting news and information that you, the people, deserve. I don't know if the music's too loud. Right now, it's just me. But at a certain point in time, as this show grows, we're gonna get more people in here. Part of the problem is that I've been banned from every Twitter account I ever had and have no way of contacting the people I normally would invite on a stream. Nobody knows. I have no way to contact people anymore. Y'all know me. Still the same OG, but I've been low-key. Hated on by most of these niggas with no cheese, no grills, no cheese, no grills, no cheese, no juice, no snowmobiles, no skis. Mad at me because I can finally afford to provide my family with groceries. Got a crib with a studio when it's all full of tracks. Add to the wall full. All right, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday Night Grift. I'm your host, Vito Gesualdi. And as I've explained, and I will maintain, is at some point the show will have guests. I did not invite anyone to this one because this is kind of a test stream. We're going to test Streamlabs, a program I have not really used before. But I am hoping to make a new Monday Night Roundtable type format. So if you are a creator, here's the cap I'm going to put. If you are a creator on YouTube with at least 1,000 subs, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think 1,000 subs is the number I demand. All right. How do I change? Oh, there we go. So I figured we'd get things started off talking about a very special topic. That topic, of course, being the Book of Boba Fett. I am going to have to jump around in this so I do not get copyright struck. Now, Book of Boba Fett, people are asking me, are you going to do a review of Boba Fett? The answer is I think so. I was originally like, should I actually recorded a review of Book of Boba Fett, and then I said, you know what? There's enough content here. There's enough to talk about with this show that I want to do a longer deep dive. I want to do at least a 20-minute video essay on the Book of Boba Fett. So we're going to talk about that. And hopefully that'll be out within a month. As you all know, I am a slow video editor. I am a meticulous video editor. But I have a lot to say about this show. But real quick, why don't we just talk about, instead of talking about the whole show, though I'm sure the whole show will come up, why don't we talk about this here finale episode? Now, I was not able to get the sound to work, which is probably fine, because, what do you call it? The sound would probably get me flagged. But real quick, let's go through this final episode of the Book of Boba Fett, which sucks. This was a terrible finale. HJ Faz asks, are you ever going to do a cinematic failure of A Force Awakens? Well, real quick, let me check. Let me check something. Force Awakens. Cinematic failure. I had two different documents there. Force Awakens. Last time I worked on that was January. Oh, I worked on that in January. Okay, hold on. I'm going to share a tab real quick. How do I share a tab? Share. Share what? Oh, can I only share one screen at a time? No. Wait, share. Oh man, stop that screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Force Awakens Google Doc. Okay, real quick. This tab is terribly sized. Terribly sized. No, don't go fully. This is my Force Awakens, a complete cinematic failure script, which I've been working on off and on. And let me see here. Although it looks like, let's see. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of notes here. How long is this thing? Word count. 3,655 words, 17 pages. So the answer to that is I've written part of one, and I will do it at some point. But man, there's so much stuff to make. There's so much to make. There's so much Star Wars to talk about. Why don't we talk about the Book of Boba Fett? But thank you for that question. Thank you, sir. And I think I saw a super chat for $1. Thank you for that super chat person from Spasmo. Thank you. I feel like I need you actually have the option for background music. Let me see. I wonder if any of this, it would be better than just, let me hear. It was terrible. This is also terrible. Can I get some music? Oh my god. Just give me like a beat. Give me a little bit of a beat here. The problem is, I can't. Streamlabs has some. Who picked this background music? It's terrible. Listen to this. Welcome to my Star Wars stream. How you could get better tracks than this anywhere. This is called acoustic cinematic. It sounds like Chinese. Oh my god. Will this music start? Is this the opening? There we go. Now it's this is still just terrible music. All right, none of this. This is all terrible. How long do I plan on streaming? I'll be streaming for a while. Hopefully we get some people in here. We'll see. I sent the link to a couple people. We'll figure it out. All right. So Book of Boba Fett. Here's what I think. The reason the Book of Boba Fett sucks is that there are basically no repercussions for Boba Fett whatsoever. This is a crime drama where what do you call it? Am I ready to admit I flagged Nerderotic? No, because I didn't flag Nerderotic. Nerderotic is an idiot for thinking I flagged him. That being said, I apologized for making a joke he was mad about, and he refuses to acknowledge my apology. So what can I do? He's an idiot. All right. So Book of Boba Fett is about a crime boss. Now, and this is going to be the central thesis of the Book of Boba Fett. I can't call it a complete cinematic failure. I might just say the Book of Boba Fett a cinematic failure. Not a complete one. It's just, it kind of sucks. I need a term for when it sucks, but it's not like unwatchable. You know, because Last Jedi, complete cinematic failure, absolutely. Rise of Skywalker, yes. Even Force Awakens, I would call a complete cinematic failure. All three of those movies. Book of Boba Fett is just like, it sucks. And I need a word for that if anyone thinks of a good one. As Zeke says, the protagonist wants to run a crime syndicate which is free of crime. Yeah. So here's the problem: is Boba Fett, first of all, is running a crime empire which just pardons anybody who does anything bad. For instance, these stupid teenagers get caught stealing water, and instead of being like, "Hey, stop stealing water because I run this town," he goes, "I'm going to reward you for stealing water by giving you a job." A moderate cinematic failure. Yeah, but nobody's going to click on something that says a moderate cinematic failure. And I already tried that. I tried that title for Battle Angel Alita, and I think it's just a shitty title. A complete cinematic disappointment might be the way to say. That might be good. Cinematic disappointment. All right. So he's a crime boss that doesn't do crime. He's a crime boss that anyone who betrays him, he gives them a job. Compare and contrast to The Godfather, where the message is, in order to be a crime boss, you have to do horrible, unspeakable things to your enemies at all times. There is no forgiveness. Any slight must immediately be punished as swiftly as possible, because otherwise you just can't run this thing and you will die. Meanwhile, Boba Fett is just nice to everybody, and he gets everything he wants, and he ends up running Tatooine. The moral of the story is the best type of crime is to be really nice to everyone and get everything you want. It's super weird. It's super bad. This is a crime story for 6-year-olds where it goes, yeah, you know, the best kind of mob boss are the ones who give everybody hugs and flowers and chocolate. I will say I love Amy Sedaris. She's killing it on this show. Good for her. She deserves everything in the world. Great actress. Grogu comes back. And I have to say, why does it put me under the bar for the video? Anyway, I have to say this about Grogu coming back is that I guess they had to do it from a marketing standpoint, but what was the point of that Mandalorian show? Mandalorian season 2 is like, oh my God, I can't believe me and the kid have reached this part, and it's time for us to part ways and go our separate ways, and I'm never going to see this kid again. And then he comes back immediately. It's like, oh, well, never mind. I guess Disney was just like, we can't get rid of the baby Yoda. He needs to he makes us too much money. He needs to be on the screen. Let's see. Oh, hey. Oh, you're in bed right now, Andy? Well, tell you what, Andy. I'm trying to have a Monday night show, and maybe I could even start it earlier for you. But I'm going to start having a Monday night show. We're going to bring people in, talk about Star Wars and whatever else. Luckily, I think I can handle this. This is my first test broadcast anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's see here. So it feels like a narrative cop-out to just bring him back. You couldn't do The Mandalorian, couldn't do one season without him. Couldn't you have done season 3, Grogu's not there, and he comes back at the end of season 3? It's literally 2 episodes. I will say this, and this is a previous episode, that you know what? Let's take a look at it. I'm going to bring it up. We have to talk about it because I haven't talked about it on my channel yet. Share video file. Let's see. Super Hookers 9000, Big Black Dongs with Pearly White Cum. Why did I keep this in my porn folder? Why didn't I just make a separate Boba Fett folder? It'd be easier to find things. Chicks with dicks gone horribly wild. Cum Blasters 9000. Was it episode 5 or 6? I think it's episode... No, it's episode 5, right? No, it's episode 6. Okay, hold on. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up. Nerd Report, come on in. Get in here. We're talking about Boba Fett. All right. Oh, man. When I saw Luke Skywalker, I jizzed in my pants. I'm not going to lie. Oh, my God. This is both beautiful and infuriating on so many levels. It is beautiful and infuriating. As Nindo says in the chat, the best part of the show is when Mando and Baby Yoda come back. Shows how the Boba Fett show was a failure. Oh, it's a weird fucking. It's just a weird show. It's not. It's almost not even about Boba Fett. I don't know. Oh my God, this Luke Skywalker stuff. It breaks my fucking heart though. Like my heart is broken watching this because I just look at it and I go, oh yeah, The Last Jedi still exists. The Last Jedi still exists, and it makes all of this just tragic. Because it's Luke building his temple. It's Luke trying to become, like a true wizened Jedi master. And knowing that this, like, idealistic young dude who, like, just wants to save the world is going to end up having all his students die. It's just heartbreaking. I'm like, oh, why did you do that? It hurts my heart. It hurts so bad. Why will they not get rid of the last? Just get rid of it. You could just get rid of it. You can just say, and I've said, split the difference. Okay, make it an alternate timeline, and then you can keep your Galaxy's Edge and your stupid Star Cruiser Hotel and whatever else. But just knowing that Luke Skywalker ends up the ultimate failure and the only person he ever saves is some dumb British girl he met a week ago, I'm like, this sucks. This just sucks so much. Oh, especially because look at how great this is. We never got this in The Last Jedi. It hurts my heart. I can't even talk about it. I can't even look at it. It makes me so sad. Anyway, at least we get these biker kids. That's what we really want. I'll say this. I'm not as upset about the stupid biker kids as some other people are. But they're way too clean. And this is a problem I have with the entire Book of Boba Fett is Tatooine is literally a desert planet with 2 suns. These guys should be riding speeder bikes that are destroyed by the sand and the salt. They should be sweating profusely. Look at how clean their skin is. This chick should have a tan. Nobody on this planet should be as white as this chick. There's 2 fucking suns. No one on this planet should be this white. She should have a beautiful bronze tan, and they should all have sweat and grime all over them at all points. Look at their clothes. Where's the laundromat on Tatooine? What do they spray them down with anti-sand, anti-dirt compound? These people should be filthy. Dominic for 5 says it's Vito. Let's go. Thank you, Dominic. Yeah, weird British biker kids. Look, I'm okay with having robot biker kids. I think that's cool. You just needed the costume designer to sit down and be like, nobody on Tatooine is going to wear a white shirt. You know why? Because it's going to be brown by the end of the day. Looks ridiculous. A lot of the costumes in this show are just stupid, and everything's way too clean. Even Boba Fett's armor, which is supposed to be like chipped up and whatever, it's pretty clean, man. Everything about these guys is way too clean. It's Tatooine. It's got to be. This is not an extreme cinematic failure. It's just disappointing because some of the episodes are okay. Literally, the only thing. Here's the only bad thing I think that happens to Boba Fett. Right here is his Gamorrean guards. Again, if you're making like a Sopranos, like a crime boss drama. Oh, here's Nerd Report. Let me bring him in. Lewis, you there?
What up, Vito? First time here on Vito.
Yeah.
Is this Vito 1 or Vito 2?
This is Vito 1, baby. Vito 1 is
Vito
the
1.
place to be.
My cherry has been popped.
I'm hoping to make a Monday night kind of stream. I miss the round tables, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody comes in, everybody talks about what's going on. So hopefully I'm gonna get that going. We gotta get a crew. You should come by on Mondays, buddy. I'm happy
man,
to
I'll
have
come
you.
down as long as you send me the link. And
Yeah. I'll put out the link. I'll make a little group so everybody has it. You probably made a video about Book of Boba Fett. What did you think about this whole thing?
You know, these shows are actually more attractive to my son, and I've noticed kids like these a little better than the actual movies.
This is a great show for 6-year-olds. I'll say that. If
Yeah,
I was a little kid who wanted to watch a G.I. Joe cartoon in the Star Wars universe, this is it.
Yeah, he's
nobody gets shot. Nobody dies.
It's lackluster though, man. I can't, you know.
Yeah, it's really.
It's buying. They bought a franchise with the word wars in it, and that their format is not wars. It's
right.
You know what I mean? They go, well, we have to show wars here. What?
There is no star. I mean, I guess it's a war against the spice. It's a war on drugs, Star War on drugs, but it's very cartoonish, in not a good way. It's good for kids, but this does feel like a kids franchise at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not really Boba Fett to me. I mean, to me, the original trilogy, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, as I was bringing up, they tried to make it like a crime drama, but it's about like the worst Godfather ever. Boba Fett is terrible at this. He pardons everybody.
It's a crime drama without crime.
Yeah, he does not commit any crime, and he's just really nice. It's like a dude shows up and he's like, I'm gonna be the hardest crime boss Tatooine's ever seen. And then he's just like, oh, yeah, you don't have to give me money, and I'm going to make peace with everybody. Like, he's changed so much as a character. He's almost unrecognizable.
Well, they could have that little story with the Sand People that made him more human. But the problem is there's a shock there because he was in Mandalorian, and the Mandalorian takes place literally like a few months, maybe like weeks after, or before the Book of Boba Fett. So like I could say, okay, Return of the Jedi Boba Fett acts different than 5 years later Mandalorian or Book of Boba Fett. But the one in Book of Boba Fett was a kick-ass, and then this one's not. So I don't get it.
Or the one in Mandalorian was a kick-ass?
Oh, yeah, sorry, man. I'm getting all confused. Yeah, the one in Mandalorian was a kick-ass.
Well, here's the deal, is this show needed to show the transformation of Boba Fett, and it didn't show that. So when he first gets kidnapped by the Tusken Raiders, he should be the old Boba Fett. He should be pissed off. He should be fighting constantly. He should be like, fuck these guys, I'm out of here. Like, but instead he's like, oh, this little kid's going to force me to dig in the desert. Yeah, I'll just deal with it. I'm like, no, you should be fighting tooth and nail. It's also really weird that it's like, oh, he learns from the Tusken Raiders and he, becomes one of them, and that's how he becomes a good guy. And I'm like, the Tusken Raiders aren't good guys either. Aren't the Tusken Raiders slavers?
Well, the Tusken Raider thing. See, I mean, we could have this conversation for like years. I'm more of a movie Star Wars purist and like the expanded universe or whatnot.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell they did with the Tusken Raiders in the books or whatever and stuff. And I'm not even saying it's bad or good, but as far as I could tell, Tusken Raiders were like, wow, the animals, kind of, But now they're trying to make them like sympathetic characters.
They're trying to make them Native. They're Native Americans. Let's be clear. I mean,
it's an allegory for them now. Yeah, I guess. You know. But we're the
villains. When he said, these people own the ancestral Great Dune Sea, I'm like, is he going to build them a casino? I think Boba Fett's going to build the Tusken Raiders a casino. Like,
let's be honest. The original intention of these guys or girls or whatever, Tusken Raiders, they were dumb. They weren't. They were just like.
They're crazy, wild nut jobs.
Yeah. They were just, whatever. And they were cool. They were scary, man. That's not what they are now. But I wish they'd expand and like bring in new kind of characters. If they want to do that story arc, bring in a new native that we've never seen on Tatooine. That instead of making
I
Tusken
mean,
Raiders, you know.
what do you call it? Jackal is saying different Tusken tribes have different morals. Yeah, but they literally take Boba Fett and that whatever guy, like they make them slaves, right? They were captives and they were forcing them to dig in the desert for shit. And I'm like, okay, so these guys are bad. Like, I think anyone who takes slaves is automatically bad, right?
Not
And
in
then we're
Star
supposed to go,
Wars.
no, they have their beautiful ancestral ways. And I'm like, no, they're fucking savages.
Well, dude. I mean, people like to blame Disney, but come on, and I'm gonna get a lot of haters here, but hey, whatever.
Yeah.
The prequels, Watto, he was, he was a nice guy slave owner.
Yeah.
I mean, and I remember watching the first film, which I thought really was horrendous. So nothing disappoints me after that movie, The Phantom Menace. And Watto was there, so like a goofy slave owner. And then in the second movie, when he shows up in the Attack of the Clones, people actually cheered him, like because the way he's directed was like a good guy.
Well, he's fun. He's a fun slave owner, I guess. Yeah. Star Wars has a lot of weird like issues where it doesn't really know what to do with anybody. I thought, and then the thing is, I did actually like the Tusken Raider part. I thought it was like kind of the most interesting thing is him becoming one of them and learning how to fight with that stick and whatever. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But then they just it feels like they just killed them all, and it felt so lazy.
Yeah,
that it's just like he leaves for a day, and when he comes back, they're all dead, and I'm like, oh, so what was? I'm like, it would have been what would have been cool is that Tusken Raider kid he meets the first time,
right?
I would have had that kid survive, and then Boba Fett is like teaching that kid or some shit, and it would have been like, now he has a son, the way he was, the relationship he had with Jango Fett. Now he's like training some kid. I don't know. There was a lot more they could have done instead of this crappy Godfather. Like, he's too nice. Again, we don't see his transformation. We don't ever see the old Boba Fett where he's just like a ruthless hard ass. Like, when that kid tries to hit him with a stick, he should have whacked the kid across the face and been like, well, don't fucking hit me with a stick, stupid
This
kid.
is the way I look at it, man. We saw Boba Fett in the original trilogy. Why did people like him? Okay, he's one of the rejected designs for Darth Vader. So his look is amazing. Okay, we saw that Darth Vader in the first film was established as like everybody bowed to him, everyone was scared of him. We don't know what the hell that was, right? He was useless. And then Boba Fett was the only dude that spoke back to him. Kind of like, do what I do or whatever.
Well, just the fact that Boba Fett was standing next to Darth Vader, almost as like when the Han Solo comes to eat dinner and Boba Fett's right there.
Yeah,
like, oh man, like it was weird because Vader almost like respected him.
Correct.
Yeah, and that gave him a lot of weight.
So he dies like a punk, in Return of the Jedi. All the fans are like, why do you like Boba Fett? He sucks. So he comes back on Mando. He kicks everyone's ass in the Mandalorian season because it seems like the Filoni and them, they know people think Boba Fett sucks. So they go, okay, we're going to make him a badass. And they do. He's awesome. Yeah. He's kicking everyone's ass. Right. And then they go, okay, we're going to have the Book of Boba Fett, which is like takes place a week after this. And now he's nice. What?
Yeah, exactly. He's way too. The show needed to have some stuff where he's wrestling with who he used to be. And he's like, the old Boba Fett would have just killed you. And he's like, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be different,
Yeah.
Literally, the only thing he does that's ruthless is when he, I guess, kills all these random bikers that he thinks killed the Tusken Raiders.
Which makes him incompetent.
Yeah, because they didn't even actually do that.
Yeah, he killed.
You needed a show that was about Boba Fett's transformation from hard ass whatever into I want to be good and help people. But the only thing they give us is he met some Tusken Raiders and he was immediately changed. It wasn't like, oh, I'm trying, I can't deal with this and I want to go back to being a badass. It was, no, I met these guys, they carved me a stick, and now I'm a good guy. It was just way too abrupt.
Too rushed.
Yeah.
No development. Yeah.
A perfect example, I mean, maybe this is cliche, but what I would have done in that final episode, when Cad Bane or whatever, the final showdown, and this has spoilers for everyone watching if you haven't seen it. What needed to happen was he needed to best Cad Bane in combat, and Cad would go, I always knew you were a killer. Do what's in your heart. You're a killer at heart. Fucking destroy me and be the old Boba Fett. And he needed to go, no, I've changed. get off my fucking planet. I want nothing to do with you. I don't kill for whatever reason. And then Cad Bane could try to shoot him, and then he could spin around and stab him in the heart and be like, all right, well, you forced that out of me.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Or he stabs Cad Bane, and then Cad Bane has his last words are, I knew you were still a killer. Like something like that. You know, I don't know. I mean, dude, at the end of the day, I hate to say it, I could complain here, but I actually, I watched it, I enjoyed it for what it was. I feel like I said, these are kind of like fan-made movies for me now, like fan extensions. At the end, I just want to go get, grab the unspecialized edition 4K versions, and just that's Star Wars to me,
Yeah.
And we saw George Lucas's you reported on this as well. George Lucas's ex-wife, she was the one that really put the nail in the coffin for me, because George Lucas has been saying forever that these movies are made for kids. He said it for the prequels. The reason we don't like them is because we looked at them at the lens of a 5-year-old. Now we're adults. They're not the same to us, but these movies are the same, but we're not the same. And he kept saying that, right? Until his ex-wife showed up, who created the original trilogy with him, and said, look, I saw episode 1 and I went to the car and cried because it was so bad. She said that, which makes me, that's when I go, okay. Because I was thinking, did I grow up? Did I grow out of these films? Because they just feel weird, man. Episode 1, 2, and 3 are not good movies. You know what I mean? Maybe you had a good time watching them.
Well, you mean the prequels are not good?
The prequels are not good.
Yeah,
and
no.
Nothing's good after the original, man.
I never liked the prequels, but the whole extended universe was kind of cool. Like all the books and comic books, and a lot of that was pretty good. Fucking Shadows of the Empire holds up, I think. And I based that entirely on playing the video game.
But what did George Lucas do? He looked at those stories and did the opposite. Shadows of the Empire is not canon, bro. I love that video game, though, by the way. That Dash Rendar and on them.
Well, hold on. You talk for a second. I got to type to a guy.
Anyways, we're here on Vito's channel. We're, what does he call it? The Monday Night Grift. We're talking Star Wars Book of Boba Fett. As you know, Vito has one of the biggest reviews, most viewed reviews for The Last Jedi. He is wanted in 9 parts of the galaxy for that review by Sith Lords for daring to go against, I don't know, one of the Star Wars movies, whatever. But anyways, welcome here.
All right, I'm back. Oh, I did miss a super chat that I wanted to bring up. Duncan says, are they bringing Rey back? Did you hear that rumor?
I don't know.
They're trying to make a Rey Skywalker, I don't know, movie or what. They're trying to get Daisy Ridley back. Now, this could be one of those things from, what do you call it? One of those stupid Mike Zero guys who gets it wrong every time.
I give him credit, though, man. That guy could lie. He's like a machine. He's a machine, bro. He's a machine.
Let me see if I can find this, not to skip topics, but...
Rey?
Yeah, well, I think they were trying to get Daisy Ridley's Star Wars future revealed from Giant Robot. Let me try to bring this up.
I don't mind Daisy Ridley, and I wouldn't be shocked if they bring her back.
It's not that I mind her. It's let me see.
I feel like everything past the films, even the prequels, from the prequels on, film-wise, Filoni's been trying to fix it. He adds things to fix the prequels. He adds things to fix.
All right, let me bring this up real quick, because I don't know why people aren't talking about this. Maybe because who broke this story? I guess we're gonna find out. All right, Daisy Ridley, Giant Robot has exclusively reported that we heard Daisy Ridley is in talks to return to Star Wars. Now, a trusted and proven inside source has a major update for us. Giant freaking Robot, aren't they pretty well? I feel like they don't fuck around.
I don't think so. I don't think they're real. But anyways,
really?
Click on that thing right there where it says exclusively, like, okay, proven, trusted.
Well, this was they're following up on this, so they're saying we originally broke this, and then here's the follow up. Our sources said Daisy Ridley is signed on for 3 Star Wars projects. She is returning to the Star Wars universe and has signed her contract to do so. I thought Giant freaking Robot was like pretty legit. Like they don't.
No, I don't think so, bro. The problem is, okay, like scroll up. What's the title of this? Let's see
What's
what
the
the
title of the story?
Yeah.
Exclusive Daisy Ridley Star Wars future revealed from
Okay.
Faith McKay. Who's Faith McKay?
And does it say at the end this is in early developments and could be changed at any time? That's
Well, there is always a lot of that.
yeah.
Well, but don't they have to bring her back?
Not really. I mean, they could mention her in the future. The big trouble Star Wars has right now, in my opinion, is getting a movie out that's after the sequel trilogy. Like building up hype for that is going to be really, really difficult, dude. Not only because some people felt they were disappointed, but just a story that would like get people intrigued. I mean, what are they going to do? A new empire is merging. Like, what are they going to do? There's nothing left there. You know what? We didn't get what we wanted to see off the sequel trilogy. I wanted to see the new Republic. I wanted to see the new Jedi's forming. You know,
Yeah, well, that's why I keep saying is that they need to just make this like an alternate universe. I still say I'd be pretty happy if I think it would be cool if at one point, some portal opens up and Daisy Ridley walks through it and everyone's like, "Who the fuck are you?" She goes, "I'm Rey Skywalker." I'm like, "Oh my god, Luke had a kid?" And she's like, "No, not really. It's complicated. I'm actually Palpatine's kid." And they go, "Why the fuck is your name Skywalker?" And she goes, "Look, like I said, it's complicated. Can we just go fight whatever we're fighting this week?" I think it would work. I know other people are like, "No, you can't make a multiverse for Star Wars." But honestly, even if it is stupid, it is less heartbreaking to me than how stupid that Last Jedi stuff is. I don't know. I mean, they're saying maybe she's gonna come back. I don't know what they do. They are though committing to the Rey Skywalker universe, because that's what's going on with the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Well, because those movies at the end of the day, they made $1 billion, you know?
Yeah, but I think they were, again, it's what everyone says is that, I mean, was there any way that you weren't going to go see even if it's the stupidest Star Wars movie, I'm still going to go see it, even if it's, moronic. It's still a Star Wars movie. I mean, I guess I have more of a reason to go see it because I report on this stuff or whatever else.
You got a super chat, by the way. I don't know if
let me see. Oh, good. Thank you for. I have to. There's a way to add to this thing. I think a way to make it pop up, but it does not pop up.
Well, if you look on the right, the highlights. Oh, to make it. What is this? Streamlabs?
Oh yeah, there it is. Streamlabs. Can I make it pop up on the screen?
Yeah, you can. Just click on it on the right side, the top right by Joshua Evans Steven.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, all right. Joshua Evans Stevens says one of the biggest problems is how much time they waste. They spent half of 4 episodes showing a relevant backstory, 2 episodes without Boba, and the antagonist was introduced in the last episode. Well, yeah, it should have opened with his relation, because I didn't know anything about Cad Bane. My friend had to fill me in that Boba Fett, I guess, met him as a kid or as a teenager or something, and he kind of guided him as he was kind of like a mentor figure almost. Is that correct?
I went back and watched a few of the cartoons, and like, here's the deal: I'm not a big fan of the animation. Because it's bad. I just don't watch it because it's inconsistent. They say it's canon, but it's not. It's not. And anyways, Cad Bane, like, he's really difficult to kill. Like that. I'm sure he got older. That's going to be the excuse. But this dude flies around like.
Well, I feel bad for fans of that character is that his death comes in one episode, the same episode you met him.
He's dead though. But...
Jackal asks, do I think the prequels should be in an alternate universe as well? Too many fans like the prequels to do that. I would honestly, if I was given the ability to just like reboot Star Wars and be like, I'm going to make Anakin not a bitch. I'm going to, there's like just some common sense changes. I would actually just like if they made an animated version of the prequels that kind of expanded it out. Like, you can use what Lucas set up, but just kind of expand it, make it a little more coherent of an experience.
Clone Wars kind of gives the prequels more prestige in my point of view. Right. I just wish it was real live action. There were a lot of things I wanted to see in the prequels that I got via animation and a cartoon. I don't know why. I wanted to see things in the prequel live action that I've was waiting for so many years, not in a cartoon like a few years later.
Yeah. Well, just the way Filoni talks about the prequels, he says some stuff where I'm like, did you see his whole explanation on the what is it? The Qui-Gon Jinn fight and how important it is, and that Qui-Gon is fighting for the future of Anakin. And like,
Yeah, that's
basically, if Qui-Gon Jinn had won that battle, Anakin would have never turned to the dark side. But because he died, he never had a father figure. And you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But they don't really. I don't even think Lucas was thinking about that.
No, he wasn't thinking that. He wasn't.
No. Like, he's like, it's called the Duel of the Fates, because if Qui-Gon had won, he would have then trained Anakin. But because Obi-Wan wasn't ready to train Anakin, that's why he fell to the dark side. And I'm like, you don't get any of that out of these movies. I didn't get any of that.
This right here, where you're watching right now, should have been the beginning of the movie. This is what should have happened. Okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'll say real quick. Qui-Gon should have gone to Tatooine to visit his wife, Shmi. They had a kid called Anakin. Okay.
Oh, you want Anakin to be Qui-Gon's kid?
Why?
That could work.
Can't get married nonsense. You know what I mean?
And no, that's pretty interesting. If he's like the son of a Jedi, get a call. But because he's like a forbidden, like Jedi aren't supposed to have kids. They kind of treat him wrong.
Screw that entire plot. That is stupid. Because if the Force runs strong and it's midi-chlorians, how the hell does it go into your body?
Yeah, why would you not make more Jedi?
Which brings up the next question: if the Rancor ate Luke, would he have a high count of midi-chlorians because you are what you eat? You know, it's stupid, dude. Okay. Now, here's the thing: you have Qui-Gon married. They go to visit his son Anakin to take him to training. They get as they're going to train him, they get a call from Naboo, and right there, they go to Naboo and they fight this mysterious Sith Lord Maul that no one's seen in centuries. Right? They haven't seen the Sith. And then at the end, he tells after Maul murders Qui-Gon, Anakin's dad, he looks at Obi-Wan and goes, he's dying. He goes, train the boy. And then Obi-Wan becomes Anakin's master, like we thought it was going to happen, or we were told it was going to happen in the original.
See, I would have had Anakin, honestly, my version of it, I would have just had him be like a young Han Solo renegade type who the Jedi kind of just stumble across, and they're like, hey, you're really good at the Force. And he's like, I don't give a shit. I like flying my plane real fast. I like having fun. And they're like, should we train this wild 16-year-old like kid? And, at first he like tries to go along with what they're doing. But again, he falls in love. I don't know. There's different ways to handle it.
So they have that like a 14-year-old or 15-year-old Padme. And the kid's 9 and he's trying to like.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a 9-year-old and a 16-year-old hooking up, which is fucking weird.
It's weird. and then she doesn't age. He does.
Yeah.
Here's another thing, Vito. As I take over your show here, I want to bring something to your attention because I think you'll like this. In Star Wars, there's people like to ship characters. Have you heard of that? Like,
they want to have certain characters be in love.
Yeah. So Rey and Kylo Ren, Reylos, right? Have you heard of those?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Who the hell would want that, right? And a lot of the people who like that are like feminist. And it's like he kidnapped her, tried to kill her, and killed her only father figure, Han. So he's a terrible dude. They try to put them together. Meanwhile, no one ships Boba Fett and Tennis Chan or Fennec Shan.
I'm sure somebody is. The problem is
done it. That's
because Boba Fett's a grandpa. I don't care who my grandpa's dating. I don't even want to know about it.
Oh my god, she's hot though.
Who, Boba Fett is or Fennec?
Fennec, man.
The Asian lady. She looks
fine.
Come
on, dude. She's hot.
You know what I hated though is there's that little scene where the kid thanks her for saving her or whatever. All right, her helmet is clearly not metal; it's plastic.
Yeah.
So there's this one point where she tips her helmet. I'm like, don't ever touch the helmet because then we can tell it's plastic. It looks so cheap. You remember what I'm talking about? She saves the mod kid, and I'm like, oh, don't touch it. Robert Rodriguez, you go, oh, never mind. We can tell your mask is made of cheap plastic when you touch it like that.
See that guy you have on screen right now? The guy before?
What, the guy with the eyeball?
Yeah, nothing beats that, bro. So after that, it could be plastic. It could be made out of paper.
That guy's spin is so badass. Shocking. I love the spin. Yeah, this whole final battle where they hide behind one wall, and I'm like, this is the toughest wall in all of fucking Tatooine. What the fuck is this wall made out of? Everything else in Tatooine is made of dirt and clay. This wall, you can shoot it 1,000,000 fucking times. Look at that. What is that wall made of?
And then as soon as the shield is down, they stop shooting.
Everything else in Tatooine falls apart at the slightest touch, but they found the one wall in Tatooine that's made of Beskar, I guess. Truly ridiculous. Look, I wanted to talk about. Ultimately, what can I say about Boba Fett? Ultimately, oh my God, my cat, Boosh, my cat is climbing on my shelf and knocking everything down. Do you want? Oh my God, Boosho, why are you acting crazy? Ugh.
Yeah, let's get those thumbs up.
Yeah, don't forget to like the stream while I fight a cat who's knocking all my expensive magic cards all over the ground. All right, I'm back. What can I say about Book of Boba Fett? I guess I want to give my kind of summary on that issue because I've been talking on it for a while.
What did you like about it? Is there anything you liked?
I liked seeing Luke Skywalker, even though it breaks my heart knowing what happens to his Jedi temple that he's building. We're watching him set himself up for failure, which drives me up a wall. I did think some of the Tusken Raider stuff was cool. The tribalism of it was interesting to me. But again, just killing them all off. I would have had, again, like a young Tusken Raider survive, and Boba Fett feels indebted to him. He's like, I have to create a better future for this Tusken Raider kid because I let his family die or something. Like, at least he would have a motivation. His motivation to be like the greatest crime boss of all time, but not do crime. Like, why does Boba Fett want to run Tatooine? He's not from Tatooine. His only connection to Tatooine is this is where he used to come to visit fucking Jabba the Hutt. And then he got kidnapped by a bunch of Tusken Raiders, and now he goes, Tatooine is my city. I'm like, where are you? No, you're not from Tatooine. Why do you want to run this place?
Well,
he used to hang out in Jabba's palace.
He was there during the episode 4, the special edition. Remember, he winked at the camera.
Okay, so I guess he hung out there and got drunk and like took on bounties, but I don't think was Tatooine his major hangout? Is that where he was all the fucking
time? Dude,
I
don't know, man. See, the thing is, the galaxy feels so small, dude. Like,
yeah, it's all Tatooine.
It's all Tatooine,
or planets that look just like Tatooine.
Well, it's not only that, bro. I mean, did we really have to make Boba Fett a clone to begin with? You know, that was
the stupidest thing ever.
That's the stupidest thing. And then, like, you know, the last season of Mandalorian, for example, that happened literally 3 weeks before this show, right? Every time he'd speak, they'd be shocked. They'd be like, you are not a Mandalorian. You're a clone. And then he'd take off his mask. Everybody would be like, dude, you're a clone. What is a clone doing here? And then here, he never wears his mask. And no one realizes he's a clone or calls it out. So it's like, what the hell is going on? Because
I think were the clones programmed to die earlier? I think
they're not programmed.
I thought the clones had like a limited age, or like they could only get to a certain age and then they would die. But maybe I made that up in my head.
Kylo Ren mentions clones in Force Awakens.
All I could say is thank God this show gave us the mods. I mean, what Star Wars was missing was a bunch of kids with cool motorcycles. Oh, you know what's hilarious is I looked up the costume designer for Book of Boba Fett. You want to know what other show she was the costume designer for?
Back to the Future 2?
Power Rangers, my friend. So everyone who was making that joke, you were correct. That the Power Ranger costume designer was working on this Book of Boba Fett. I don't know. Ultimately, it's like I said, it is a cinematic disappointment. It kind of sucks, but some of it's interesting, I guess. Again, just that ending where Boba Fett, look, he just at the end of The Godfather, it's like, oh my God, I killed my brother, I've betrayed everyone, I have no friends or family. Boba Fett's like, yeah, I got a Wookiee, I got a bunch of motorcycle kids, I got this Asian lady, they all love me, everybody in town gives me fruit. It's a crime drama with no repercussions for the main character, and the main character doesn't even commit crime. He's a crime boss who doesn't do crime. What is this about? What is the point of this?
Well, it's also Star Wars with very little wars.
It is all of Star Wars is
well, look, ultimately it's this, Vito, and everyone watching. Thanks for watching. So it's this, Vito. I personally think Book of Boba Fett. Mandalorian was originally a Boba Fett story. The armor even looks the same, and then they figure, okay, let's bring Boba Fett in here. So they brought Boba Fett in there, and if you look at Mandalorian, describe Mandalorian's characteristics, and he's exactly like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Same character.
No, his visor's a little more narrow. I noticed that.
Well, but the character's the same.
I know.
But the character's the same character. Now,
I was looking. I'm like, oh, their helmets are slightly different. I didn't even realize Boba Fett's is wider. I guess because he's got that big fucking honking head. That dude has a huge head.
Hey, leave him alone. Tim Morrison's awesome, bro.
Oh yeah, but his head is ginormous. My God,
he's not in there though.
Who's in the costume?
I'm sure there's a stunt double. Now,
yeah, but regardless, they still got to get a helmet to fix his giant head. So I don't even think Boba Fett's visor was normally that wide. Am I crazy?
I don't know, but it was dirtier, and I do like the dirtier, older look more than the shiny.
I want to see how wide his helmet was originally. Let's see, Boba Fett: Return of the Jedi.
Now his new suit right here is half sand person. That's why he has that dress.
I guess his costume was always that wide. I'm looking at a picture now because the Mandalorian slit is really narrow compared to his. Anyway, we're going down this stupid path. Hey, you want to talk about the Star Cruiser? Have you seen the Star Cruiser?
Yeah, I saw. Well, apparently there's a new
there's a new video. There's a new trailer. Have you watched it?
Part of it, I guess.
I'm gonna cue it up here. Can you tell me? Can you hear the noise? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it.
All right, we're gonna play this and maybe I'll pause it. Some of you know I've been very interested in the Galactic Star Cruiser, and I'm seeing reviews from some people who are saying, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever done." I didn't realize. Do you know how much? What do you call it? Star Wars the hotel costs normally?
$1,000 a night.
Let me see. Yeah, it is. I didn't even realize that. Like, I'm like, well, I guess compared to that, I didn't realize that it cost that much normally. Let me see. I can't find the choose dates. What if I want it March? Whatever. Update search. I don't know, man. I was looking it up. It's like $1,500 a night. And I'm like, well, I guess if you're comparing it to that, but why are people paying that much for these hotels anyway? Who are these rich people? And why are you not in my chat? I need more whales. There's some of these. I always tell this story. I was watching one streamer, this guy Donut Report, who reports on the cops and stuff.
Yeah.
And he goes, I just want to thank my supporter, Mike 420, who just bought me a $1,600 gaming PC. And I'm like, God, what the fuck? Where are these rich people? Why are you not watching my streams? You're watching everybody else's stream. I love it. And not to cast shade on anybody who's donated me $5. I appreciate it.
Well, I noticed a lot of YouTubers they have like a zillion views, and it's like you don't even know what you're talking about.
It is crazy how many YouTubers have like 20 million subscribers, and I've never heard of them. It's so confusing.
Yeah, there's so many people here on YouTube. There's other dimensions,
Yeah.
And they're talking about movies too that we've never heard of.
It's bizarre. All right, real quick,
Oh.
a 2-night adventure at Walt Disney World Resort. It's still crazy to me that it's not even 2 days, it's 2 nights. You show up at 3:00 on the first day, or like noon, and then you don't get to do anything until 3. It's so weird. But let's take a look. You actually have to. I'm gonna have to watch this at like 1.5 speed because it's one of those things where they cut around so quick. Or sorry, 1.5 speed. All right, so you get off your pod. I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Look at all these scenes they got. You gotta pause for everyone. Is this getting off the pod here? But what is the pod window? So it's like they made like the narrowest window. All right. Here they're clapping, but guy is in the background. What is this guy looking at here? You can't see my mouse cursor.
That is weird.
Can you see my mouse cursor?
Yeah, I can see your mouse cursor.
These people are clapping. They're not even clapping in the right direction. You're supposed to clap for Gaia.
No, because the person told them it's over.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. All right. We have the bridge training. I showed this to a buddy yesterday who had never seen any of this. And he's like, this looks so cheap. The bridge training looks terrible. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then you got a cool kid, these cool young kids. They're going to want to play with the lightsabers. First Order comes on.
So great to have you here with us.
All right, I'm going to play these guys. I don't know why nobody at Disney can speak like a human being. This is the weirdest. They can't find any human beings to make these videos.
It's so great to have you here with us on board the Halcyon. I know that we at Walt
Let's
Disney
slow it down.
have been working with Lucasfilm and you for years developing the backstory of the Halcyon.
Yeah, now we're here in person, really getting to experience what this thing we've had in our brains has been for so many years.
It's
Hold
so
on.
great to have you here with us on board the Halcyon. I know that we at Walt Disney Imagineering have been working with Lucasfilm and you for years developing the backstory of the Halcyon.
What kind of sense is that? I know that we here at the Halcyon have been working with you for years. You don't. That's explaining to the audience. Just look at the camera at that point and go, "We've been working with this guy for years." It's so weird that he's talking about it in this third person.
I think they have a lower third though that explains that. I guess the guy on the left is a big Star Wars.
Now we're here.
I think
in
he's
person,
I think he's an
like, really
Imagineer.
getting to experience what this thing we've had in our brains has been for so many years.
When passengers come to Star Cruiser today, they're going to encounter a Halcyon that has been recently restored to its former glory, the way it really looked in the earliest days of its voyages across the galaxy.
The way it's meant to be seen.
The way it's meant to be seen. And the very first place that the Halcyon ever traveled to was Batuu.
Yeah, we're going to follow that same journey that those passengers did
Disney.
centuries ago.
It's so weird to me the way they're talking about this. Like, aren't you excited to retrace the voyages of the Halcyon, this thing you learned about a couple months ago? You're like, no. Why not just make it the Millennium Falcon or something? Make it something
in there.
Well, you heard that they're putting out, I don't know if it's going to be the comic book that Han Solo and Leia shacked up on the Halcyon. It's where they went for their honeymoon.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Oh my god. So they're like, and Anakin had a big fight on the fucking thing. It's like apparently every Star Wars character ever has been to this stupid hotel. It's so dumb.
And people ask me why I stopped after the original trilogy.
Yeah.
They're asking me why. Here you go.
They're gonna go, oh, this is where Padme, her water broke in this hallway. And then she had to run. Oh my god, what is this?
In honor of the anniversary of the ship. The events of your stay here at Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser are set between the events of Star Wars The Last Jedi and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, good. It's set between the two best movies. It's set between The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi.
Jedi and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Doesn't that make sense? It's set between the two best movies. I'm getting some... Are you playing it?
No.
No,
Did it
sorry.
come in?
Yeah, I was getting the audio back from you. What do you call it? I think there's a bit of a lag. What was I going to say? Who at Disney went, we need to make a hotel. What era should we set it in? And they're like, how about right after the right after The Last Jedi, everyone's favorite movie. But I think that's when that ride is set to, the Rise of the Resistance, or I don't know. Oh my god.
Right around the same time as Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, right here at Disney.
One time Palpatine took a big dump in this toilet. And they were cleaning it up for days. This is Palpatine's special toilet.
They ate bad Mon Calamaris.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is where Palpatine ate some bad Mon Calamari. It took a big dump, and all our Twi'lek slaves had to clean it up.
Disney Hollywood Studios. As a passenger, you get to choose your own path, and the parts of Star Wars that really call to you, that are special to you, you get to go live those. Do you join the Resistance? Do you join the First Order? Are you a scoundrel? There's a love story on board. There's everything you could possibly want. And we'll get to see some of the characters that we know and love from the films, including Rey and Kylo, who will actually meet up again for probably the first and maybe the only time between those two films. The Halcyon has...
Isn't that great that Rey and Kylo, between those two films, the only thing they did was go to a hotel together? What the fuck is this? What kind of lore is this?
So that's
because I always imagined that between the movies, I'm like, well, they probably had some face-offs and they were fighting in between, and here and there. It's like, yeah, they had one encounter and it was on a hotel. They met in the Palpatine bathroom. Nonsense. It was all nonsense to me. Let's see. Oh, Bobster's here. Let's bring Bobster in. Hey, Bob.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. Bob is a great guy. Does some editing for me.
Sweet.
Have we ever voice chatted, Bob? I don't think so.
I think this is the first time we've actually interacted anywhere other than
direct
Twitter.
Messages.
Yeah.
Of me coming to you and being like, I have a million videos I'm making and none of them are finished, and all my fault because I'm lazy.
You mean you two didn't meet up at the inside the Galactic Star Cruiser before?
No, we never met in the Star Cruiser.
No, we talked about going there sometime, but it just never panned out.
Bob's great. Bob helped me edit my famous Stormtrooper video. That one did very well.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I knew it was going to do well because you were doing it, but
Yeah, well, people love Star Wars. People love me
Yeah.
talking about Star Wars. I've become more. It's so weird that like I only like the original trilogy. Everyone's always like, "Oh, are you like a big Clone Wars fan?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch that fucking shit. I ain't got time for that." I've tried to watch it, and I was just like, I don't know, man. There's too much here. There's too much Star Wars.
Yeah, and the fans are great because they're always like, you watch the first few episodes, you're like, I don't know, man, this is like kiddie show garbage,
Yeah.
and then they're like, oh, but like, wait 25 hours, it gets good. Like,
I feel like Star Wars fans are more united by how much of the Star Wars franchise we hate than how much of it we love, you know?
There's always been hate for Star Wars, though. I mean, I since Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
it's been kind of like, you know,
Return of the Jedi sucks too. The only good ones
I
are the
liked
first
it. I
two.
liked it.
It's fine. It's passable. It's not as good as the first two, though.
The
I love
problem
the
is-
first two.
The problem with the Return of the Jedi is when you get older and you realize that Lucas could have had Wookiees instead of Ewoks, right? And then that's when it sucks.
Hey, man, he wanted to make an Ewok TV show. You know, that's his whole thing. He had all sorts of plans. And he did make his Ewok TV show, and it sucked. Anyway, Bob, we're going through the Galactic Star Cruiser video. Feel free to stick around as long as you feel like.
oh, for sure.
We're at the part where we talk about how Rey and Kylo had their faithful encounter on this fucking hotel. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Involved in
Everything in Star Wars is about this hotel now. It's like silly.
many different adventures, and there are many characters that we know and love from.
Yeah, here he's gonna talk about. Here's where he talks about. Oh, this hotel is into like everything now. It's like it went from like no one's ever heard of this thing to this is the most important thing in Star Wars. Everything in Star Wars happened on this fucking hotel. It's insanity. Watch this.
Star Wars that have had an interaction with the Halcyon. Where will our fans be able to hear all of these stories
tell
about
me.
the Halcyon?
Well, first we've got the Halcyon Legacy comic miniseries. the
Are
5
you
issues
shitting
that
me?
Sort of
Yeah,
span
dude,
the
five
generation
issues.
That, the Halcyon and their whole.
It's a
history.
whole hotel
After
comic
that,
book.
We've got the High
I
Republic.
thought it was
Mission
bad when you had to read
Disaster.
books to understand the
Halcyon
movies.
has Such a rich legacy, and I'm so excited to get to tell Halcyon stories for years.
He's lying. This man is lying. He says, I'm so excited to get to tell Halcyon stories for years to come. He's dead behind the eyes. Watch. I'm going at 0.25 speed. You can see the exact moment his heart breaks. Where he goes, Disney is forcing me to write fucking stories about a hotel, and this is all I'm going to do for the rest of my
a
life.
rich legacy, and I'm so excited to tell Halcyon stories for years.
For years to come. I'm
And
so excited.
I'm excited that our
Oh,
passengers, when they step
oh
on board
my
the Halcyon,
God.
are going to know those stories, and they're going to be able to participate in their own story and actually shape the events of the story that's happening as part of Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser.
Oh man.
This poor guy. This poor guy. I'm so excited to tell Halcyon stories for years to come. He's like, I thought I was going to write the next Star Wars fucking movie, the next book. I'm stuck promoting this fucking hotel for the rest of my life. When I joined Lucasfilm, they promised me the world. Now I write the comic
You know what
book
though, man?
about the hotel.
I'm sure he's going home with $1 million for that.
I don't think he's making that much. I mean, he's making
Dude, what?
something.
Dude, one stay over a weekend's $1 million almost.
Yeah, I guess
He can
so.
afford it. Yeah, he's doing good.
Bob, if you haven't seen the Halcyon Legacy comic book, I actually covered issue 1 over on Veto 2, the exciting Veto secondary channel with all
If you
sorts.
like Veto 1.
Yeah, it's Veto 1 sucks now. You're on Veto 1 right now. You should be on Veto 2.
Electric
Pricey
book-
Star Wars Hotel gets its own terrible comic book. And I actually purchased the Halcyon Legacy comic book, and it is again. Look here, I'll show you some pages. If it's up, is it up on the screen right now? Let me see. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all
I can see it.
Okay, hold on. Look, Anakin was on this fucking thing, fighting that chick with the 2 lightsabers. Isn't that exciting? Isn't it exciting that Anakin was there and Padme was there with her dildo looking?
God.
Oh my god! This whole it's literally, and it jumps through time to be like, also this fucking Chewbacca looking dude and this Jedi was here. Isn't that exciting? And no, none of this is exciting. This all sucks. It's got like 18 different time periods and every fucking thing that ever. The next one's apparently about again Han Solo and Leia were on the fucking hotel and they had a battle. Why would you want to go to this hotel that apparently every time you get on it, Jedi are fighting people? Sounds like the worst hotel on earth.
Well,
Sounds
and like there,
unsafe.
people getting gassed out there. Like, if they implement that, I think we might have something real to talk about.
This man, this whole Star Cruise, I don't know, man. There's just rich people who are weird. There's weird rich people. And,
All right.
I was trying to watch this. Look, I don't want to cast shade on this man and his kid, but you ever see like a dad and his kid, and you go, "That's one weird family." These guys are a little
Crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure the kid's nice and all, but him and his dad went and purchased every piece of Star Wars clothing you can get to ride on the hotel because you can buy
Seriously?
official Star Wars hotel clothing. Yeah, they got a whole shop that maybe we'll check out. And I'm watching this dad dress.
Man, that does not look Star Wars-ish.
Well, that's what people have said about the Star Cruisers. They're like, remember that part where all the rich people in the space casino in Last Jedi are all fancy and owning slaves and, selling war profiteers and whatever else?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're dressing up like the evil people from Star Wars.
Or Battlestar Galactica. Look at that suit. That's Battlestar Galactica 1978, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't really look Star Wars.
or Buck Rogers in the 21st century.
I don't want to cast shade on this dad and his kid, but I mean, it's a Star Wars channel, man. But they only have 12,000 subscribers. You must have dropped a fortune on all this Star Wars clothes. And they do look terrible on these guys. Maybe you're probably not supposed to wear a t-shirt under it.
Yeah.
This is the Saber training tunic for $80. At least it's more affordable than the god dang hotel itself. I would expect these things to be like $200 each. You can be a mechanic on the ship. Do you want to dress up like a mechanic? That's fun. That's what I want to pay. I want to pay $6,000 to pretend to be a spaceship mechanic, I'll go fix the engines, I guess. Well, everybody else is a Jedi and a gunslinger. I fix shit and I get paid minimum wage. Bounty Organa's tunic.
Every outfit except the one we really want. You know what that is?
Yeah. Which one?
Is.
This one looks fucking terrible. It's just a t-shirt with like 2 circles on it. $70. That looks stupid as hell. $70.
There's a hole in it. Look.
See, I'm spoiling all my content because I need to make some videos for my channel. I'm gonna make it about this shit. So you guys are getting a sneak peek at the up and coming Vito content. Oh, does it come with a jacket? Do you wear a jacket? All right.
Okay,
Jacket adds a little much. When I thought he paid $80 for a t-shirt with some circles, I was like, Jesus Lord.
But those do not look Star Wars. Those look like from Charlton Heston's Planet of the Apes movies.
It does kind of look like that.
It does, right?
It also doesn't really fit him. I don't know if he got the wrong size. Bro, this guy is a very skinny gentleman.
Oh, right.
I feel like most clothes do not fit him great. She looks good in this. That looks good. That looks fine.
Yeah.
That's Star Warsy enough.
Yeah, Jedi.
The belt looks kind of cheap, but all right. Oh, so you can be a Sith. Ooh. Hey, he's got a nice looking wife. I'm not gonna lie. This guy.
I was gonna say pauser.
Hey, he's batting outside his league, I'd say.
Let's say he's doing something right there.
This is Padme's cloak. That looks stupid as hell. I hate that. Not a fan of the Padme cloak. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a grown man playing dress up for me. Feels a little weird. Anyway, I want to see. Can I find the Galactic Star Cruiser clothes collection? They sell all this stuff. You can buy it ahead of time. Let's see. Do they have a link? Except the cookies. Except my cookies. Except my cookies. All right. Galactic Star Cruiser. Yeah, they literally bought every single thing. Good for them. Good for them. $159 for that Star Wars dress. My God. My God.
That money.
What is the belt? The belt's just got like one of those bungee cords around it. Hold on. Go back to the belt.
Wait a minute.
It's just got like one of those cheap. All right. I don't know about this. I wish I was rich. Huh, Bob?
I'm there with you.
You have no idea what to do with your money, so you buy Star Wars clothes like a weirdo?
Go to the Star Wars hotel, buy the Star Wars clothes.
Get your kid a Princess Leia dress. There's going to be so many Princess Leia kids on that thing.
Buy yourself a T-shirt with 2 circles on it.
I want the. It is. So wait, hold on. Did he buy the jacket separately? Because here I just see. Let me see. Security 8 tunic.
That website is not moving, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You're not seeing any of this?
Oh.
Oh, hold. I went to the wrong. Because I went to a link. My bad. Hold on. Thanks for telling me this late. All right, here's the $70 T-shirt with circles, but they're not showing. I guess it does come with this jacket.
Well, it's kind of like it looks like it's almost like ghosted or something. Oh no, that's just part of the pattern.
Yeah, $150 for the. Here's that.
That's
belt
actually not bad for Disney.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I would actually expect it for Disney stuff to be more. Do they have other Star Cruiser stuff on here?
Like for Disney, I would totally expect that to be $4.99.
Yeah, kids. Too bad you can only get the Galactic jacket for kids. Here's the weird thing: is I want to know how many of the passengers are going to be kids, and how many of it is just going to be nerdy adults, just weirdos.
It's going to be all the weirdos with kids.
Well, that guy said he promised love. You can find love there, right?
No. It said there's a love story. I think
there's love. He said love. So the's gonna be a lot of
but I don't think he means you fall in love.
Guys are gonna be going to fall in love with their future Princess Leia's.
I hope that there is sex slaves on the hotel. It's like, yeah, you might fall in love with Twilight, and it's like, well, she has to. Oh, Star Wars Theory is streaming about the Star Cruiser. He's got 4,000 people watching. You ever watch the Star Wars Theory guy?
Yeah.
He loves Star Wars, man. See, he's smart. He did what I should have done and just made a whole Star Wars channel. Because, man, this topic, I swear to God. I mean, I find Star Wars endlessly fascinating. I probably could have a Star Wars channel. I just feel like I would feel hollow inside.
But Vito, we do anyways.
I mean, yeah, I know. I do already feel hollow inside. So maybe I just should become a Star Wars channel. This is the guy. He made his own Darth Vader Shadows of the Past fan film. I mean, this guy's whole life is Star Wars. He's making fan films and everything else. It actually looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you ever see this? Yeah, he definitely put some time and money into it.
It looked pretty good. The only criticism I have with 99.9% of these fan films is that they all feel like they need to quote the movie or have the same dialogue pulled from the films. And I hate that.
They always make some quote so that you know that it's a thing.
Yeah, stupid your own thing.
It's funny because I was I'm still working on a Ghostbusters review of not even the new one, of the 2016 one. Oh, whatever. It's gonna get done. I am pushing it back though to do Book of Boba Fett because at this point I'm like, I'll just save it. I can release it anyway. I want to do Boba Fett first. But I loved looking at all the Ghostbusters fan films because there's so many of them and they all suck. But they all suck in like a fun way. There's like a shit ton of these Ghostbusters fan films, and they're all hilarious.
How have I never heard of this?
There's like all these Ghostbusters. They like declared themselves Ghostbusters of like a certain city. So this is Ghostbusters South Side. There's like Ghostbusters of Beverly Hills and shit. I'm like, oh, this is great. I love this.
Where's Ghostbusters out of Compton?
I want to start my own Ghostbusters of something, man. Ghostbusters of Long Beach. Yeah, I was getting into Ghostbusters of Long Beach. I'm using some of their footage for my review.
I'll tell you what I wish would happen is that people send in those donations for you to wear those Star Wars outfits. I would watch that video.
Oh yeah, I'll set that up. Tell you what, if everyone wants to send me $80 to dress up in all the Star Cruiser outfits, I think I could get them all for what. The problem is a bunch of them are for kids. I can't afford the ones for kids. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the Ghostbusters of Long Beach now. All right, Lewis, you're a person of color, right?
Yeah, well, we all are. White's a color too.
No. White is the absence of color. All right, let's talk.
Oh, here we go. Lord of the Rings.
Let's talk about.
Oh, okay.
Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power. Now, I have not. Let me watch this trailer again. I'm gonna play with the. Let's play with the sound on. Let's watch the trailer. I'll try not to pause it.
I also love Lord of the Rings.
Haven't you ever wondered?
What else is out there?
What else is out there?
Ooh, child. Is that the elf village there?
Wonders in
The
this
elf
world.
capital?
Beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
It's too loud, too loud. That's a shitty looking shot.
It just looks too bright and cartoony, man. This one's fine right there. A little bit more green. That looks like low looking.
All right, I'm gonna say it. I don't get why I'm supposed to be mad about this. It looks equally bad as any other TV show.
It looks like The Hobbit.
It looks like The Hobbit. The Hobbit looks
Yeah,
like
it looks
dog
it
shit.
looks Hobbit
Okay,
dude.
so it looks like The Hobbit. The
Yeah.
Hobbit made a bunch of money, no matter how much it sucked. Now people are telling me I'm supposed to be mad because this lady's not supposed to be a warrior.
Which one?
Galadriel, the elf lady.
Galadriel is a warrior. Well, look, I don't know the books, man, but Galadriel.
We don't even know if she's a warrior. I mean, she's got a sword. It might just be for her protection.
Oh, she's not supposed to be a warrior.
Okay, but it's set like in the past.
No, but you're saying that she's not. That's why people are mad.
That's why people are mad. They're saying that she's, she's like magical, right? She has elf magic.
All the elves have magic, from what I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying, I can't believe she has a sword, and what is happening here? Let me look up what this character has. She is a royal elf.
They fight using swords, though, in the Peter Jackson one. Not
yeah, they got swords and bows and everything else. Here's what I'm gonna say is people are saying like, oh, but like, in the movies she was this, and I'm like, yeah, well, the idea is you're showing a younger one, and then like probably at some point she realizes, oh, I'm more powerful without a sword. I'm more powerful, just embracing my elf magic.
Yeah,
or
but in the movie she never said at one point I had a sword. And now,
what did everybody talk about their past? Did Legolas ever sit down? He goes, I dated a black chick in college, and they're like, Legolas, this has no bearing on our quest to return the fucking ring.
But Lady Galadriel, like, she was like in one of the elvish towns or wherever the fuck they live in the forest. There's no reason for her to be ready to defend that area.
People move. They can move from one location to another throughout their life.
And she didn't feel like she had to have a sword during that time.
Here's the problem. The problem is that they don't own the rights to half this Lord. They don't own the rights to half this Lord of the Rings stuff right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't own the Silmarillion. Hold on, Amazon Silmarillion, is that what it's called? Now it wants me to buy it. The prequel series. It says it's based in the Silmarillion, but I don't think they have the rights to it. Hold on.
That's probably an old article.
Yeah, that's got to be an old one. The problem is that the rights are like complicated rights. Why Peter Jackson couldn't address the Silmarillion? I don't know. Let's see. News. Lord of the Rings. Here we go. Lord of the Rings. Oh God, it's bounding into comics. Let's pretend that it's not. Admit that they don't have the rights to the Silmarillion or Unfinished Tales. Well, there you go, man.
But what are they sourcing? Because speaking of Variety Fair, regardless of what you think of this website, if they're sourcing someone that has the actual facts, fact. You know what I mean?
Sure. I just wish that I could have got it from a place that isn't written by scumbags. Let's see. Apparently in the interview, he says, we have the rights to the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, the Return of the King, the Appendices, and the Hobbit. We do not have the rights to the Silmarillion, Unfinished Tales, the History of Middle-earth, or any of those other books. So just, here's what I want to say to everybody. Just say it sucks because it's crappy TV written by, by idiots. But everybody's like focusing on like, oh, the dwarf lady doesn't have a beard, or there aren't supposed to be black elves. Like, guys, it would have sucked regardless of that. All right. I mean, and it might be watchable, but yeah, I don't know. Everyone's saying it's like it's an insult to the lore. I don't know, man. It's an Elseworld. It's an alternate universe. They don't have the rights to the actual thing. So if you like expensive fan fiction, I don't even hate fan fiction is the thing. I'm like, all right, well, it's expensive fan fiction. Don't take it seriously. It's not really Lord of the Rings. So how does it impact the actual Lord of the Rings if it's just expensive fan fiction? It's complicated. People are saying, and then Isaac, let's see, I'll highlight this. Isaac says, if Amazon wants to make a fantasy show, fine, but don't alter somebody else's story for profit. Well, here's the problem, and not you in particular, Isaac, but there's a lot of people out there who are fucking idiots. And they go, I don't like anything new. I only like things that I've seen before, and everything else scares and terrifies me. So when you tell them, hey, there's a new Lord of the Rings, they go, oh, I own a bunch of those pop figures. I know all about Lord of the Rings. Like, yeah, I'm right there for it. So that's the problem we're running into, is that people are afraid of anything new. So we just endlessly reboot and, rehash franchises. And I'm going to argue it's not Amazon's fault that it's this way. It's you people at home. You have every opportunity. Not again the people in my audience. I trust that you guys probably watch new stuff, but a lot of people just don't give anything new a chance, and it makes it very hard to get a new franchise. I mean, look at like Invincible by Robert Kirkman. That guy had to make $1 billion from Walking Dead before he got that adapted into a show. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like you have to make obscene amounts of money before they finally go, okay, let's, we'll give you a chance to see a new thing. It's very hard to get anything made. And I say that as a guy who tries to get my own stuff made. It's like, who do you even go to?
People, okay, so like this woke stuff, right? Like it's something that has been around for a while. I don't even know the origins of the word, but it got popular. Maybe we could all agree upon that about like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Like 2017-ish.
Well, originally the word was not used as a disparaging thing. Originally it was teenagers going, it's time to wake up. This content is woke. This content is awake, Well, it's also, for me, when you say woke, it reminds me of They Live. Because if you hear the aliens, like they have a monitor that goes sleep, sleep. And then when, so like woke is from They Live, I think. But anywho, look, here's the deal. Back when Peter Jackson released The Lord of the Rings, the original one, not the really original one, but the one he did. Yeah.
That was considered woke. I mean, they didn't say woke because the women's roles in those films were
they were tough and cool and
they were expanded, especially Eowyn's, right? Eowyn, the one that was the king's daughter.
Yeah, they gave her an expanded role, which everybody says they hate. I don't know, man.
No, that was awesome, bro. When she fucking kicked everyone's ass, like the way they did it. The problem nowadays, though, is when they look at the camera and wink, and like if you criticize any plot point and they say they call you names, that's the problem. I think. Here's the thing, man. Anybody who says like I just don't buy this argument from people where they're like, it's disrespecting the lore, and I'm like, what about that scene where Legolas like rides a shield like a skateboard down a bunch of elves? Like, was that respectful to the lore? And they go, yeah. And you're like, no, Clearly. It fucking wasn't. That's not in the fucking book. Here we go. I'm gonna watch that scene right now. You're gonna tell me this was respectful to the lore? Elves fucking skateboarding it? Watch this shit. Woo! Yeah! All right! It's like in the fucking book, right? Remember that? No. All right? Shut the fuck up. Okay? Or the Eye of Sauron? Remember that big cartoon eyeball that watches everywhere they go? Yeah. In the book, it's not an actual eyeball. It just sees everything. No, it's just like the idea that he can see everything from whatever nether realm he's at. He doesn't actually have a big eyeball. The Eye of Sauron is a metaphor. So everybody who's telling me like, oh, it's not respectful to the lore. Well, the original movies that you all fucking love isn't respectful to the lore either. They make creative changes. Listen, I love these movies, but you know where Peter Jackson really effed up the movie like bad is what's it called? What's that? Smeagol's death. Yeah, he had what's his name? Push him into the lava. I don't know why the hell I'm missing his name. Frodo. Frodo pushed him in. He was supposed to do the happy dance and fall in on his own. Is that what happens in the book? Yeah, and the thing is that he cares more about the ring than himself. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the whole point. It's this ring is so addictive that he cares more about the ring. He's so happy to get the ring back that he doesn't realize he's standing on the ledge of a volcano. Right? And that's what I'm going to say. That's the point of an adaptation, man, is there's going to be changes.
just based on what the director wants to do. It's not going to be a strict 1-to-1 thing.
No, but look, Frodo pushes them in, but it kind of like
Yeah, because Frodo's a fucking
but
pissed off man.
it kind of ruins the purpose, right? Like a little bit. Yeah. He pushes.
It would have been better if Frodo grabbed a shield and he skateboarded it right on Gollum's face. And he went, "Cowabunga, dude!"
No, you know what would have been better if Frodo starts speaking Spanish, so there's more inclusivity right there.
In Cardine is trying to say no one thought the shield surfing was cool. It was cool. I think it was cool. I just don't care that much. I don't go like, well, it wasn't in the book, so I'm pissed off. Like, I don't care. If you want the book, go read the book. It's the same thing with like the Battle Angel Alita movie. I go, yeah, this sucks, and I think the book is better, but and I think they made changes that are baffling to me. But I understand ultimately it's a Hollywood product, and they were going to change it drastically to try and make it palatable to dumb shit audiences. Okay, dumb shit audiences don't want to read a book in the first place. So you got to make a movie for them that they can figure out.
Frodo should wait and see before I judge, man. But the trailer for the Ring of Power, it looks okay. It doesn't look great right now.
The argument I'm hearing from people. All right, so the thing I think is stupidest is this whole idea that the dwarf lady, they're like, oh, it's fine that she's, well, first of all, they're mad that she's black, and I'm like, all right, fine, I don't even want to have the discussion because it's so stupid. But then they go, well, she doesn't have a beard, and I'm like, go on. And they go, well, there's this one line, it's not even in the books, I think it's in one of the like outside sources. What's it called? Yeah, and they go, well, she's supposed to have a fucking a beard.
Well, in the Return of the King, Gimli's talking about dwarf women and like how there's a theory that there's no such thing as dwarf women, and as a matter of and then not Legolas but Aragorn says it's the beards.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like, why does this whole thing? And they go, I'm not even mad that there's a black elf. It's just why doesn't he have long hair? And I'm like, is this really, again, why does Legolas skateboard on a shield? Like, they're just making little changes for the sake of, like, I don't know, he looks cooler with short hair. Like, he would probably look stupid with long hair. She'd probably look stupid with a beard. They're just making little small aesthetic changes. And the argument people are saying is this slippery slope argument where they go, well, if she doesn't have a beard, who knows what else they changed? And I'm like, okay, so cross that bridge when we get to it. You don't know what they've changed. If they make some drastic change and they say all hobbits are gay, and sure, like I'll be there with you. But right now, the only thing you have is that the dwarf people don't have beards. I don't understand this argument. I'm gonna watch Legolas surf on his shield again though, because that was badass. Anyway.
They're all surface level changes. It's like the CW just hiring attractive people to do all of the roles, even when they're not supposed to be.
Right. Well, whatever. I mean, it's TV. TV always hires overly attractive people for everything. TV and movies. Yeah. It takes me out. That's why I love directors who hire ugly people. I'm like, oh, it's great.
Bob's right. I remember
David Lynch is the best for that.
I remember watching Smallville. And Martha Kent, I'm like, why do I think Martha Kent's hot? What's going on here?
Why don't I want to get with Superman's elderly mom?
What's going on here? It's all right.
Lewis, as a you're a Hispanic man, yes?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about seeing Hispanic characters on the screen?
Honestly, this may sound harsh, but we don't need to be on any movie, Marvel, this for validation. Our culture is already awesome. It has hundreds, thousands of years of being awesome.
You don't see like a badass Hispanic character and go, all right, let's do it.
It's gravy, dude. It's gravy. But
what about when you see a Hispanic character and he's a total bitch? Are you like, what the fuck?
That does bother me because a lot of us, like, there's different kind of Latin people. Like, for example, we're always the freaking gangbanger or maid. It's like, don't put us on if you're gonna just do that. We have podcasters, we have politicians, we have lawyers, we have doctors. We have poor, we have rich, we have everything. So to me, that's cool. But like a lot of people freak out. Oh, we're finally in a Marvel movie. We're here. I don't give a crap. I'm
not saying that you got to treat it like the greatest fucking thing ever. But like I said, I watch a movie and an Italian guy shows up eating a meatball sub and going, "Hey, gabagool." I go, "All right, there's my people."
Okay. Okay. So I the kind of Hispanic I am is Cuban, right? When we first watched,
Oh, you're Cuban? Let's
Yeah,
get out of here. Your people are disgusting.
we
Go make me a
watched.
sandwich. I'm fucking with you.
We'll make me a pizza, bitch.
I will.
Hey, listen. So when we saw Scarface, and
Yeah.
it's Al Pacino. Nowadays, like people would think, like if it's another culture he would be imitating, people would get pissed. Us Cubans, we were like, holy shit, Oscar-winning Al Pacino doing a good job mimicking Cubans.
Yeah.
We're down, man. We're down with them. Guess what? Andy Garcia played the Italian mobster in Scarface, the Godfather 3. Sorry. So it's all good. It's all good, man.
Ben Kingsley knocked it out of the park as Gandhi. You're like, holy shit, when did Ben Kingsley become an Indian man?
Does he have what's his ethnic background though?
Well, that's the thing. It's like complicated. I think he might be Jewish, but I don't think he's ever confirmed exactly what he is. He's like, let's see, his father is Kenyan. Let's see, Kenyan and British. What? So he's like he's a mixed race or whatever. He's definitely not Indian though. But I think the whole point is it is cool when an actor can disappear into the role. I don't like this idea that, I think somebody was saying, what, can Jewish people not play Christians? Some Jewish actor was saying that. He's saying anybody should be able to play anyone, within reason.
The only thing that's wrong, dude, is if I'm casting someone, right? Yeah. And I overlook someone that's qualified because of their ethnic background. That is bull crap. But if you see people that are qualified and you pick the most qualified person, they happen to be white, they happen to be Latin, black, whatever it is, Asian, that's a fair way to do it. Two wrongs don't fix a right. Yes, there was a history of racism and stuff like that. We're trying to fix it, but you don't overdo it the other way around because you just create hate. And I feel like some people are so sick of being called names and stuff. They're overreacting for the Lord of the Rings right now. They think Lord of the Rings is going to be the studio constantly, giving woke messages.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone who's saying it's woke, I'm like, look, man, they're not going to say, this is and also treat African Americans right, you elves or whatever. I don't think they're going down that road.
No.
Just the way everybody's talking about it, like it's the greatest insult to the fandom and Lord of the Rings is ruined. I'm like, guys, it's a shitty TV show. Like, it's not, and it's not even really canon because they don't own the rights to all of Lord of the Rings. They're making fan fiction. It's on the same, to me, it's the same as the Lord of the Rings MOBA game, which nobody played. That's the amount of canon that I have. It's like playing Lord of the Rings fucking League of Legends. It's a joke. It's a fun little joke. Maybe it'll be cool. I just don't understand taking it so seriously. It's not like Star Wars again, where like the creators still are alive. Like George Lucas is still there to be like, hey, you guys are fucking up my thing. It's like Tolkien's dead. He's never coming back. It's a franchise that should probably be dead anyway. I don't think we need more Lord of the Rings. So I guess I'm critical of it in the way that I'm like, it shouldn't exist. But like the idea that it should, I think it's people being like, no, we should have more Lord of the Rings. Like we just need bearded dwarves and no black elves. I'm like, no, it still sucks. Like it sucks. Just say we don't want more Lord of the Rings. Don't say like, they want it, but not because of this.
They want to compete with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and they should have just went out and they did. What do you call it? They did
with the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, Wheel of Time, which I did not watch. Master Swag King for 2 says, for all my Latinx brothers. I'm Italian X, by the way. I'm representing the Italian X community. We're a very proud community.
Yeah, that's actually becoming a thing, dude.
No, it is not. Italian X is not a thing.
Google it right now. Google it right now.
It's not real.
Do it right now.
Okay, I will. It's not real.
I hereby challenge you. I think, yeah.
Italian X discrimination information.
Yep.
I feel like this is fake. Italian X is a gender neutral and all-inclusive term of Italiano. Italiano is not a real Italiano. Italian X people. Hold on. Italian X people are often stereotyped as mafia bosses and chefs, and often can't go through their jobs at the pizzeria without being made fun of for their annoying accents and erased from their status as white people of color. That's very true. Also, modern culture often spreads anti-Italian X dog whistles and slurs. JK keeps asking how I talk to me. The answer is become a creator with like 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll bring you on. List of common anti-Italian X slurs: Fredo,
That's from
Luigi,
Godfather.
Mario, WAP. I think it's WAP.
WAP.
White, which invalidates our status as white people of color. Mafia, Pasta Elite, of course, as we
I've
say.
never heard that.
The Pasta People.
Never heard those.
Let's end Italian X discrimination by confronting and fixing Italian X stereotypes. Well, there you go.
Well, if you do Google, you'll see more examples. People are using that.
Well, I always say, my culture is not a costume. So whenever Halloween comes around and I see people dressed as like a big slice of pizza, I go, that's not okay. My culture's not a costume, buddy. You take that off, you racist. Look at this. Why is this okay? This is not okay. This is racist right here. Let me see. What other Italian costumes are there? We need to end Italian X discrimination. It's frankly disgusting. Look at this. Look at this lady with eating spaghetti. It's a white lady. She's not Italian. This is not okay.
I thought Italians were considered white.
No, we're white people of color, as we discussed. WPOC. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is offensive as all hell. Hold on here.
The sheer audacity.
The audacity of this racist white lady dressing up as my native food. You wouldn't dress up as a racist taco. Why are you doing this?
Cubans don't have tacos, so, by the way.
Well, what do you
She's
guys
hot
eat?
though.
You guys have sandwiches.
Yeah, beans, rice. Kind of
Take a
looks like
look.
Italian food too.
Cuban food. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
Yeah,
plantains. You guys love those
Yeah, this shit's
plantains.
good, bro.
You
Some
would
people
dress
like-
up as a plantain chip.
How come you never invite me over for a Cuban dinner,
Man,
Lewis?
hey, our friendship has just begun. What I just
Our
met you. like,
friendship has just begun. Look,
I already took you to a premiere, man.
I know. When are you gonna have a party at your house? Make me some
I
of
don't
this
have too
Cuban
many
food.
parties, man. I don't have.
I don't have too many parties. I might start having some movie parties over here, though. I have a big wall and a big projector, big wall outside. I was like, I could screen some movies outside. That would be fun. What movies should we watch, though? I don't even know.
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. We're going to have a Book of Boba Fett streaming party. Look, guys, I want to say, I think we've covered it all. Is there any other topics on your mind, Lewis?
Well, no. I mean, I would love to cover. I would love to cover Lord of the Rings, but I don't know if it's too toxic.
It's too toxic. Everybody's
yeah.
mad about it. I told everybody I don't understand it. It's gonna suck. But just say it's gonna suck
You
for
think
the
it's gonna
regular
suck, though?
reasons.
Like scale 1 to 10.
It'll be fine. They're right. Why make a Lord of the Rings? Just make your own fantasy thing. But the thing is, nobody will take a leap on an untested show. It has to be based on a franchise. So they have to buy a book series or something. And they already tried a Wheel of Time, which I did not watch. Why does Wheel of Time suck so much?
I did not like it, but it has a big fan base. Well, shout out to Popcorn Planet in the house.
Popcorn Planet. And also shout out to all my SpaceX brothers and sisters. Says I'm a Phil American. Also, I heard Why the Last Man sucks. Again, we just live in a time where you're not going to get anything made that isn't based on a franchise. They don't do it.
Here's a weird one. If you want me to bring up something kind of weird here.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake that went straight to.
I heard it sucks.
Well, here's the deal. As a horror fan, I'm going to tell you, it was pretty good. I had a good time watching it, but the premise is exactly like Halloween. Like you got the old lady coming back from the original movie trying to, get Michael Myers and Halloween. Here you have the older lady, young in the original movie coming back for Leatherface. Dude, Leatherface did it better. I can't believe
the movie Leatherface.
No, I can't believe Texas Chainsaw Massacre was better than the Halloween remakes, the reboots.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre has always been more interesting, though.
Yeah.
I think. Why did it go direct to video? Was it just because of COVID? They didn't want to put it in the theaters and lose more money.
I think it's a good move for Netflix to get subs, but I don't feel they promoted it well. Give this a watch. If you're a horror fan, there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of guts. It's not that long. It's short.
That's good.
Yeah.
Popcorn Planet says, I love your Latinx co-host, Vito. Nerd Report rules. Well, that's true. I want look, this has been a test stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. I want to do this every Monday, so keep it in mind. I'm happy to have. We got to get a whole group of people going, so that way I can shut up and let other people run the show. I talk too much, and I'm
as
sorry.
long as Bob's not here, he talks way too much, man.
Yeah, Bob, come on, man. What are you just running your mouth all night?
I'm sorry, guys. I just had so much to say tonight.
That's so much on these topics, Bob. You've added so much. No, I'm happy you came by, buddy. And real quick, I do want to wrap this up. Let's make it a brisk. We've been going for like 2 hours. In the future, we might go longer if we get a big group of people. But I want to cover a couple topics, figure out the platform. So, Lewis, where do we find you? Over on Nerd Report, yes?
Nerd Report is my little space here on YouTube. Nerd Report.
Oh, I feel bad I'm not subscribed. Oops.
Busted.
Well, now you have to hit the bell. Hit the bell.
I don't subscribe to anybody, honestly. I'm one of those guys who forgets to subscribe to channels. Like,
I've got a few pretty good topics right there. Today, people are. I got demonetized for mentioning Amber Heard.
They really don't want you talking about Amber Heard.
Snyderverse, if you go up a little
There's a great font you're using for these thumbnails, I tell you what.
I had a pretty good suggestion from
Lewis came to me and he said, what font are you using? I'm like, I'll tell you right now, baby. Why are you centering it, though? Left justify it.
What?
Make it left justify it so all the letters are lined up.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
You've seen my thumbnails.
Yeah.
I mean, do whatever works. It doesn't really matter.
Well, nothing works for me. So
what should people watch right now? What is your favorite video?
Look, right now, Zack Snyder, man. I mean, he wants to call out hate groups. He called out a couple.
Called out a certain channel. Look, I know some of you love him.
I disagree. I disagree with that call out. Just to be clear, but there's a hate group out there that wants him to continue the Snyderverse, and not all of them. But guess what? They're threatening James Gunn on the internet. So he needs to say, look, thank you for supporting me, but you guys need to calm the F down. I don't, I don't stand with people, my supporters.
I like your overlay, Lewis. It's nice looking.
Yeah, well, that's
Steph
the alternate.
Was this a template you got?
Yeah, Steph the alternate helped me look a little bit more flush.
Yeah, mine looks like crap right now. I should do that. I like this that you're in a big tall box. That's nice. I'm gonna copy this actually.
Go ahead, bro.
Anyway, yes, Lewis over on Nerd Report.
If you want my overlay, yeah,
I'm just gonna make my own version of it. But I like how much of you I get to see, because I hate being trapped in a little rectangle. I should be. That looks great. That looks great. I'm gonna say, everybody subscribe to Nerd Report. Bob, how's the channel?
Oh, it's dead in the water. But if you want to see the,
how do I even find the channel? Is this you with the?
Oh no, it's the
Burgers
same.
guy?
No, I've only got like 28 subscribers.
Well, we're gonna get you a couple tonight.
Well, thank you. Maybe it'll.
There he is. I'm not subscribed to him either. I'm a piece of shit.
You're all good. I got all of 4 videos on there.
Well, Bob, we're gonna make you a star. I tell you.
9 months ago, though.
Thank you.
Gotta put more.
The Snyder Cut, a late review.
Yeah, I put that out like 2 months after the Snyder Cut came out, because I wrote the script and then I just sat on it, and then.
Jay says that Vito needs to stay in his nerd lane when talking LOTR. I just don't get it. Because, like, when I make, people are like, well, you make fun of Star Wars. I'm like, yeah, because the plot sucks. I waited to see the movie. I didn't go like, oh my God, there's a girl in a black stormtrooper. I was like, let me see if it's good. And then it sucked. And what are you going to do? So yeah, we got a lot of problems. Zack Snyder, yes, should talk to his fans for being crazoids. And I screwed up what I was doing. Where's the picture? I screwed it up. Anyway, so ultimately, Book of Boba Fett sucks. Subscribe to Bobster.
2 episodes.
I'm not going to stay in my lane. Look, you Lord of the Rings fans, you got to wait for the plot. You got to wait for something. You can't go, well, the dwarf lady doesn't have a beard, so I know it sucks. You don't know. And I mean, again, my criticism would be they don't have the rights to all the material. Tolkien's been dead for 1,000,000 years, and none of this is faithful to his work anyway. Not even those movies. So it's a big Hollywood spectacle at this point. It's not even, at least Star Wars started off as a big Hollywood spectacle. So that's
And
like at least kind of in line.
And I
Again-
love Lord of the Rings, man. It doesn't, and I really love Lord of the Rings. And I
Yeah,
gotta
but if you
say-
love Lord of the Rings, you should want like new books,
well,
not
check
new
this out,
movies or
bro.
TV
This is what I'm gonna
shows.
say.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings, and the story or the experience of Lord of the Rings to me and my fandom doesn't die on the hill if some woman has a beard or not.
Or if the black elf has long hair, or if there's even a black elf. I think this is, I just don't get it, guys. I think you're being. I know it's fun to make a million videos about how this is the end of the Lord of the Rings and that they've insulted the fans. They've been insulting the fans from day one. They don't care about you. Nothing has changed. Okay, and honestly, most of you guys, they've spent $1 billion on this thing. They can't support it based on the guys who care about dwarf beards. There's not enough of you. You don't make them enough money. So I don't know. I guess I can't tell you not to hate it, but it's like, what did you expect when they spent $1 billion in the franchise? It's going to become this mass market thing, and they're going to try some new stuff. And if you really care about dwarf beards, you're going to have a bad time.
Make a hashtag dwarf beards and
Dwarf beards.
Yeah, maybe they'll.
Of all the critiques I have heard, frankly, I'm not convinced. All right, the only critique I will buy is that they don't have the rights to the source material, so it's going to suck based on that, and that is perfectly reasonable to me.
Visually,
Anyway, guys,
it looks a little cheap, just a little.
It looks pretty cheap. It looks like shitty CG.
Well, did you see that opening? The way that they did the logo when they first did the teaser, where it was just the logo being like molten metal being poured in.
Yes.
That I got to say that was pretty cool. I was a little
got a cool logo. That's what we're excited
all
about.
it's got.
At least the logo's good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kick everybody off. Thanks for coming by, everybody.
You want to stay, Bob and I.
No, you're dead.
Yes.
You're dead to me. Goodbye.
Love you,
Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to the Monday Night Grift. The Monday Night Grift will continue. Hopefully every Monday we're going to have more stars. If you know any YouTube people you think would like to come on and talk about Star Wars, talk about nerd topics, or if you have any good topics, because we're always looking for topics, leave a comment. Let me know. We are here. We love you. What do I have to promote real quick? It's my show. I get to promote something, right? Let me open a window here. I want you guys, if you guys want to laugh your ass off, share screen. I really want you to go check out. I'm going to show you something real quick. You got to go over to my podcast that I've been doing with Dick. Not so big. Why is it so big? It's hard to manage this program. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. Head on over to Biggest Problem in the Universe. And I'm going to say our most recent episode, you only got to watch like the first 15 minutes. There's one part in here. I laughed harder than I've ever laughed at anything in my life. I have rewatched this clip of me laughing my ass off because it is so funny. Starting at 10:40, I could not stop laughing. I highly recommend you subscribe to my podcast, Biggest Problem in the Universe. It was absolutely hilarious. We got more stuff coming soon. I am working on a Boba Fett review. I've been writing my comic book, which has been taking up some of my time, so I've been kind of behind on that. But again, if you got any good topics, good guests, let me know in the comments. I'll leave this stream archive up. And hopefully this becomes a recurring thing. I think it's a good format. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Peace and love. Take care of yourself. And thanks, everybody who super chatted, of course. I love you all. God bless. Take care of yourself.